Hey, this is Ben with Short Roped, and today, talking shoes and boots. The biggest thing with picking shoes is always going to be fit. If anyone ever asks me what the best hiking shoe or boot is, answer's the same. It's the one that fits you the best. So there's a lot of things to consider when picking shoes and boots. The biggest one is going to be where you're going. Are you doing an 8,000 meter climb, or are you just going hiking for the day? What's the weather like? Is it hot? Is it cold? And what are the conditions like? Rain, mud, snow. All those things are going to be dependent on which kind of shoes you want to bring. When it comes to picking between a hiking shoe, trail runner, or your typical hiking boot, there's a couple of considerations. First off, the pros on the hiking boot are ankle support and stability. I would always put those as the top two. So if you have a heavy pack, if you're going to be on a lot of uneven ground, if you don't want dirt and debris getting inside your shoe, I would definitely go with these. Another benefit to the ankle protection is bugs and snakes. That's usually where they bite, or at least where they try to bite me. So that does add a little more protection, which is a benefit. The cons are they are typically heavier, and they definitely take longer to dry out if they do get wet. Whereas trail runners and shoes are very lightweight, definitely have a little more feel, a little more sensitivity in the grip, so you can feel the ground a little bit more, which does sometimes help with balance. So if you're going for a day hike or you don't have a heavy pack, I would definitely go with the shoe. Breathability. So if you're going in hot, humid, dry weather, the key is going to be breathability. You want your feet to breathe. You want to get all that heat, all that moisture out of your shoe and expel it. So definitely do not go with the Gore-Tex on those. I would definitely go with the most breathable shoe. When it comes to moisture, there's one from the outside and there's one from the inside. Both are bad. Moisture from the inside is going to be your foot sweating. So if you do have sweaty feet, or if it's just hot out and your feet are going to sweat naturally, you want to make sure that you can expel as much of that moisture and heat as possible. Then you have your moisture from outside, snow, water, and mud. So with those, Gore-Tex does work well. It keeps the water moisture out better than non-Gore-Tex. The downsides of Gore-Tex are they take forever to dry out and they can get saturated. So if you feel like your shoes are going to get saturated either way, whether you're wearing Gore-Tex or not, like if it's a downpour, I would always go with non-Gore-Tex because they do dry out faster in your tent, which is going to be key. All right, so let's talk trail runners and hiking shoes. The good thing about the trail runners and hiking shoes are they are lightweight, they are rugged, and a ton of brands sell them. So you don't have to go with just hiking, mountaineering type companies. You can definitely get good deals. These are Nikes. I wear these all the time. They have a great wide toe box, pretty good grip on these, although the lugs definitely wear out a little faster than other brands, but again, that's dependent on use. They also have these, which I enjoy. These are definitely way more rugged, a little more aggressive on the grip. The laces actually work good. I weren't sure about them, but they fit really well. And these are Gore-Tex. Another one of my favorites are these bad boys. These are Altra. These are really good. One of the key benefits I like, it has this kind of split in the heel, which kind of adds actually a little more traction, a little more grip with this groove, kind of channels water, so you get a little more grip out of this. These are Vibram, and I really like the toe box in these. It says foot shape here, not sure what that means, but as you can see, it has a really wide toe box, which I personally enjoy. It has a gator trap in the rear. It's actually a little Velcro, so you can tuck your gator in there, or if you have longer pants, you can tuck your pants in there, Velcro them up, keeps them secure so they don't get super muddy. These I've worn a lot. You can see on some of these the grip is starting to go a little bit, but otherwise these are definitely my favorite so far that I've had, the Ultra Olympus 4s. So next up on the list is the bread and butter hiking boot. These are the Lowas. I've worn these a bunch. I do like these, the Renegades. The traction's really nice. They're super rugged. My two issues with these are the weight. They are pretty heavy for what they are. And I also, could just be me in terms of the shape of my foot, but these give me blisters on the little toe and then the side of the ball of my foot. Pretty bad blisters, so I kind of had to give up on these, which is too bad because I do kind of like them even though they are, again, a little heavy. If you want to take it up a notch, Scarpas. These things are beefy. Vibram soles, really nice material, good toe protection. I like the laces, they stay nice and tight, good tread on these. If I had to pick one thing I did not like about them, these are super heavy. They are definitely the heaviest hikers I have had. I do like them, but I don't wear them as much as I thought I would be. Next up on the list, Merrells. So these are incredibly popular. There's a good reason. They are very lightweight, very breathable. So these are my go-tos in hot weather and summer. I definitely don't wear Gore-Tex in the summer. These are very nice. They have great tread. These are actually new ones. My other ones got all worn out. Again, this is Vibram, so it's ultra grippy. Basically, I like these because it fits my foot. It has a wide toe box, so you don't really get blisters with these, especially because of the venting that they have. These are great, definitely good ones to get if you are in a warm, drier climate. Can't really go wrong with these. Climbing shoes. So in terms of climbing shoes, I'll probably do a separate video on that, on how to pick what shoes you need, how aggressive they should be, the traction, the brands, and the sizing is also going to be key with these. All right, next up, let's get into some mountaineering. So anything under 8,000 meter climbs, these are my go-to. The Sportiva Spantiks. These are super popular. Basically everyone had these. As you can see, mine are pretty beat up from usage. They are very lightweight, very warm, very rugged. Pretty good grip on the bottom. Never had any slippage issues, but you're probably gonna be slapping on some crampons. And in terms of crampons, it definitely has some good holding points. Also a little extra protection. Getting these on sometimes is a little hard. You kind of have to slip your foot in. Once you get used to the laces and tying them up, that's kind of the only sticking point some people have. There's a slight learning curve to getting the laces right, but once you get it, it comes super natural. They tie up super fast, which is what you want definitely early in the morning. You don't want to be out there in the freezing cold in the dark trying to tie laces. They come with these liners. These are actually pretty good. They're pretty comfortable. They have these reflective dots that are supposed to reflect heat back into your foot. Reason I don't use these as much is just basically the fit. They are a little bit narrow for my foot. So what I had done were these custom liners. These are way warmer. They're custom made to my feet. No laces. You don't have to tie them up. Just slip your foot in, close them up, shove your foot in the boot. They're also interchangeable. So these are the Intuition Denalis. So I use these with my Spantiks. I also use them with the Olympus Mons. They go hand in hand. These work well for me. Sometimes the only downside I would say with these is they might get too warm. So you definitely need to pick your socks carefully. But in terms of the Spantik, you can't really go wrong with this thing. When it comes to liners, at the end of every day, make sure you take these out. Make sure you don't leave these in your boots at night. What I like to do is take my liners and I'll put them in my sleeping bag near my feet because I want these to stay warm and dry throughout the night. And then when you do put these on in the morning, they're gonna be nice and warm. You're gonna slip your feet into your mountaineering boot and that's gonna help keep your feet warm. It's much easier to stay warm than to get warm. So definitely take care of these, make sure they're dry, make sure they're warm before you put them in your boot. And last up on the list, the big boys. These are the La Sportiva Olympus Mons. They are huge. They are 8,000 meter boot. Just like the Spantiks, these are double boots. The big difference with these is they have the built-in gaiter. They're very easy to put on. Pull these down. These also have the inner boot. Again, these, for most people, work really well. I have chosen to do the Intuition Denali custom molded liners, but overall these work really well. Slip your foot in, put your foot in here. So you have your double boot, you have your gaiter. Lace system is also very easy to use. Ties up super fast, very easy. Then you zip them up, and then the gaiter has the Velcro to seal it, and then you're good to go. So these are super warm. They are also very light, which is actually pretty surprising for the size of these. They are very light. They are very warm. They are also overkill for a lot of mountains that you're going to be on. I would say definitely anything Himalayan, anything 8,000 meters or higher. I use these on Denali. They work well. I've also used the Spantiks on Denali. If I had to choose, I would probably stay with the Spantiks because lower down in the mountain, it's not super cold. So my feet definitely got super hot in these. The plus with these, with Denali, is you don't need an overboot, which you probably would need with the Spantiks. You can probably get away with these on some of the colder mountains. Denali for sure, Vinson. Camp booties. These are definitely an optional item. These are the Feathered Friends. They are down. They are warm. They have a nice little cinch. Kind of almost a double boot. As you can see, got the inner, which is the down, outer, which keeps it dry. You can cinch these up, snap them down. These are super nice. They are really good after a long day of climbing to have around the camp. Just be careful with them. If you do go outside of your tent, they can get a little slippery, but these are ultra comfortable. And you don't really need them, but they're kind of nice to have. They also don't weigh too much, so it's a good thing. I like to throw in my bag. Camp booties.